Hello, all you wonderful people, and welcome to a very lazy and tired F1 podcast. And welcome back. It has been 2 weeks since our last podcast,
Yep.
and we probably missed the most important race of the season
Yep.
with
Okay.
Max winning the championship on kind of a blunder.
Didn't he
It's okay. It
officially
was
win
really
it today, though?
lackluster.
Didn't he officially win it in Texas? Right?
No, he officially won
No.
it in Japan.
Oh, did he? Because
It was
I
during his
don't know. It's kind of like
press
up in the
conference, I
air.
think.
No. Yeah, that's the thing. It was totally up in the air
Yeah,
because
but I get like yeah, I don't know.
we'll talk about it so briefly because dude, I had these are the best notes I've ever taken. I was like, I dedicated to it. I was like, I got it down. I like made bullet points. I was like, this is gonna be the best podcast ever. And then we never recorded it.
Nope. Everyone got busy out of sudden, and
no.
never
So
happened.
I remember watching it, and I'm not gonna go back because I do forget a little bit about it. But it was there's we had a rain delay, and it was gonna be, I think, only a half race distance. So everyone assumed that it was only gonna be half points, and if it was gonna be half points, Max would not have won the championship. So that's what everyone assumed when they finished the race. But I guess there's something in the rules saying it's only a half race, it's only a half points if you do not actually finish the race. So because they finished the race, no matter how many, I think you only need to do like 3 laps or whatever. But because they finished the race or something, I'd have to look at the rules. But it was super confusing to everyone. Jared, what does that mug say? World's best boss. Like Christian Horner was confused too. He was like, I didn't think Max won. Like
Max was confused too.
everyone was confused.
Everyone was confused.
So basically, Max ended up they got full points because they finished under the green flag rather than like finishing under a safety car and not finishing at all. Anyways, Max is world championship, and we missed it, but it's okay because we have lives and we're busy. But that brings us to this week, the US Grand Prix. I thought it was a pretty good race. I enjoyed
I
it.
gave it a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. I agree with that. I maybe even give it no, I'll stick with 4.
Would you rate a Japan race?
Japan race, dude. I gotta think back.
4.5.
What the hell?
I kind of gave it a 3.75. I thought it was cool with the rain, but there wasn't much going on. Like, it was cool, but it wasn't like whoa.
I'm trying to. I actually honestly forget what happened. So I'm gonna go with Jared. I don't really. Just what's half of 5? 2.5. That may be a little low.
That is a little low.
I'll go 3.5. 3.5 seems reasonable. Oh, and you guys probably noticed Kevin's face is not on the screen. Nope. He had surgery and does not want to show.
All right, everybody. No, that's not what it is.
Some plastic surgery.
My computer doesn't want to register my face cam for some reason, so that's what it is.
Sure, we'll go with that story. Okay. Okay.
Was it a mobile Botox this time? Or?
Yeah, I went to the wrong place today.
So anyways, yeah, I thought the race was pretty good. Just it's so funny. More Ferrari pain just keeps coming.
Oh yeah, right out of the gate, first corner.
Dude, I could not believe it. He's like, he deserved the pole position starting and qualifying.
Oh yeah.
I was like, all right, Carlos, like let's see it, and then just boom, George Russell comes out of nowhere.
I was just waiting for the line where George says he turns into me.
And I know
he turned into me.
I know you guys saw the video I sent. There's a video after the race in the what is it? What's the room called? The cool down room.
Yeah.
And and freaking Leclerc goes, what happened to Sainz? And Lewis just pauses. He's like, and then he just says, George took him out. Just so blunt with straight face. And I was like, you should have just said nothing, man. You're making your team look bad.
I mean, what else are you gonna say?
I mean, yeah, it's the facts. But that was the next thing I wanted to actually talk about. Do you guys think? I mean, you guys have seen it. Do you think George is 100% at fault? Do you think his penalty should have been worse? Do you think
What was the penalty again?
So he got a 5-second penalty.
5-second penalty.
That's fair. Because you also have to remember that it was first lap, first corner. So
yeah, it's kind of
can't
tough
be-
to judge.
Yeah, you can be too tough on him.
Yeah, looking at it.
I mean,
Go ahead.
sucks because you pretty much just ended this guy's race. He's in pole position.
Dude,
Want more, but unfortunately, it's like that's the way the rules are. It's there's no beating around it.
No.
That's it is.
Yeah, I remember I just saw him and he was like, I have a puncture or whatever. I would have liked to know what happened to the car though. For it to be
He said it was a water cooler issue. They when he hit him, it damaged part of the radiator, so he had to retire.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense, actually.
I didn't hear about that. Yeah, I felt bad, man. I was like, really? Like first lap, first out. Like that's poor luck, man.
I mean, I feel like had generally he's had bad luck all season.
Totally. Yeah, he definitely deserved more out of this race. He definitely. There's no way he was winning though.
No, but he had a chance for podium at least.
I could see podium, but I still think Max would have taken home the gold.
Oh yeah.
I mean, with Ferrari, so
what?
I mean, with him in a Ferrari, like,
Yeah.
it's something would have happened.
I had a feeling. I had a feeling when I made my predictions. I was like, "There's no chance in hell Carlos is gonna stick." I was like, something's gonna happen, and I guess my boy George came out of nowhere, and went sicko mode. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it started the race, racing incident. I looked at it, and at first they were like, Carlos came over, but George obviously locked up into the corner, and what else you can do? He apologized at the end, which is all that matters.
Is it really though?
It's everything.
It fixes everything,
Oh yes, the simple "I'm sorry."
And the funny thing is they're battling for 4th place right now, or is it 3rd?
I thought they were pretty close for 2nd. It was a tight battle for 2nd.
Okay. Yeah, I got it right here.
Yeah,
so Charles is 267, Sergio is 265. So they're battling for 2nd. And then Russell's 218 and Carlos is 202. So he really did take out his direct competition.
Jeez.
He came out here.
Honestly, I didn't know it was that close.
He was like, "Thou shalt not go forth and race."
Jeez.
So yeah, George is he's trying to secure. He's trying to tell Toto he's got the team's back, regardless of whatever BS they're putting out there. But
secure 4th place.
Yeah, it's secured. He'll do whatever it takes. He'll do absolutely whatever it takes.
I mean, yeah, just look at that first corner,
dude. You know who I gotta grind my gears with every time we talk is Nicholas Latifi. The guy cannot finish a race without spinning, without hitting someone. I'm just like, I feel bad because I'm really grinding his gears. But like on lap 6 or 5, he's already spinning. I'm like, just make it halfway. Just halfway. Just make it smoothly. Finish strong. But he's like, nah, I'm just going to continue how I've been doing and show. Man, I'm being too harsh. I got to stop.
That comes with, when you drive the car and you bring it to the brink of its limit, that's what happens. Is Latifi is taking this car to the brink of exploding or just its peak performance.
So what you're saying is he deserves a higher quality car.
Yes, in Mercedes, he's champion.
But the thing is, what does that make Alex Albon then?
Well, the problem is he's missing part of his body, so it's just the car balance of gravity is not the same as what it used to be.
Oh, okay.
isn't Albon one of the taller people in the paddock too? I mean, I know Latifi's pretty tall,
he's
but
tall and skinny.
F1 posted. No, I thought Albon was short.
I thought he was tall.
I thought he was tall too.
All right, we're
Let's
going
do a
through
quick
this right
Google
now.
search while you go on the next point.
Dude, yeah, he dyed his hair blonde this weekend.
Yep. Part 2. Oh no, he dyed it again. Last time was what, red?
Yeah, he was going with the red.
6'1".
Albon's 6'1"?
Yeah.
No way.
How tall is Latifi? 6?
Oh, dude, Latifi's probably 7 foot easy.
I can't find it. Do you find it, Jared?
1 sec.
F1.
6'1.5".
Yeah.
Oh! Dude, Latifi coming out on top. Always.
See Hamilton's height.
I think he's like 5'9" or something. But anyways, let's get back on the track.
Dude, Lewis Hamilton's 5'7.5".
Really?
Wild.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get back on the
All right.
track.
What else? What else happened in this race?
Was it
Dude. What?
The Stroll and
Alonso?
Alonso, is that
Bro,
next?
that was wild.
Yeah.
That was wild. Both are definitely to blame. I feel like you gotta blame both.
I think it was on Stroll.
Yeah, you can blame both, but I'd put a little bit more blame on Stroll because that was a late defense on his part.
It was
Agreed.
slight, but it was noticeable.
Yeah.
Like Alonso definitely pushed it as late as possible.
Yeah.
But Stroll definitely shouldn't have jerked. And maybe it was kind of, maybe Stroll misjudged it a little bit, thinking it was farther back in his mirrors. But that was wild. And he was a solid 3-second wheelie on the two wheelies.
Exactly.
And I'm surprised
they were both fine.
He didn't have more damages than that.
Oh yeah, I know. Like when I saw Alonso keep on going, I'm like, oh yeah.
Bro, yeah.
I was kind of surprised.
The guy went from last, and he ended up getting last because of the the accident, and then he finished P7. But now we got to talk. Now he's got a 30-second penalty.
Yeah, I don't know how it got to 30 seconds. Like it said it was first 10 seconds, but then since he didn't do the stop
30 seconds
and go,
because he didn't actually stop in the pits. So because the race ended, he had no chance to stop in the pit and serve the 10 seconds. They just 30 seconds of race time is what it's equivalent to.
Damn.
Okay,
because you have to think about you're going in. Yeah, because you're going in the pit at a slower rate, and you're 10 seconds at your group. Then you have to go slower, and then you can gas it.
Okay, so yes, you are right, but little caveat to that. So he was fine, when it first originally happened. There was nothing wrong with it, and then Sunday night, they filed a protest against Alonso and Sergio Perez's car with damages, saying that it was unsafe. So Sergio, at the beginning of the race, he had the wing plate that he hit, I think, with one of the Haas cars, and that came off.
Yep.
And he was actually flying with it off, so I think it helped him. And so the FIA,
I don't know if it helped him, but
dude, he had some pace. Anyways,
FIA.
FIA.
If he had both on plates. Okay, go.
FIA deemed Sergio Perez not a problem. It's cool. We're letting it go.
Right.
But Alonso, so the specific point of Alonso was when he was, I think, passing Kevin Magnussen, his right hand mirror was loose and it fell. Just it's such a small little piece. So they they protested against that, and I don't know these rules, but they're saying under this certain rule that it was an unsafe condition following the crash, having the loose mirror. And so it was going to be a 10-second penalty, like Jared said, but because the race was over, they gave it's a 30-second penalty. Like Jared said, in total, it takes around 30 seconds in the race. So that pushed him from P7 to P15.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with it.
I mean, I mean, yeah. Like, yeah, I understand it's dangerous, but like, I feel like parts fall off pretty, not often, but often enough to the point where, like, I don't know.
If you're like, how could you not catch that during the race though?
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of interpret it like when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, maybe it's because he's only got one mirror inside. I could kind of, I mean, like very minuscule amount see that argument.
Yeah.
But then like during the race, they were saying about Perez's car, how even with a small piece, like these drivers are still going around like 200 miles an hour, so they're still gonna hit it like really hard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mirror is just a little bit bigger, and that flap, like mass to it. I don't know. I mean, I'm just spitballing.
No. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of harsh.
It does seem
harsh. Like that's an incredible drive, man. Coming out of a crash like that, where he definitely like could have been injured. Car could have been totally totaled. Yet he came out, went from last and got it to P7. Like that's an incredible drive.
Would you have given him Dre, even though Vettel got it?
I would have. So that's another point. I wanted to actually add a segment, which I forgot to talk to you guys about it. I wanted each of us to kind of have our own drive of the day, other than the actual driver of the day.
Oh, who was the driver of the day?
It was Sebastian Vettel. Okay. Which was definitely...
Can't do the driver of the day.
He did pretty good. Didn't he do pretty good?
No, yeah. Vettel, I definitely, like, I get that. I get driver of the day. But if I would have given it to someone, I would have given it to Alonso. Like, after Vettel.
I have to agree with that one. Yeah. I think I'd have to agree.
Because, I mean, they both had stellar drives. Because, also following in the race for Vettel, he had a horrendous pit stop. It was like a 16-second pit stop.
Oh, yeah.
So this was...
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah,
they couldn't tighten the front left.
Yeah, so same thing with Max. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so Vettel was leading the race. It was like, oh my God, he's leading. Then Hamilton passes him. He's like, all right, I got to pit for tires. He went on a one-stop strategy of this race. I think he went mediums to hards or hards to mediums, something like that. And he made it work. But yeah, so he had a horrendous pit stop. I think it pushed him back to like P13 or something. But then, yeah, he made his way up, and at the very last corner, he had a really good battle with Kevin Magnussen, getting a P7.
Oh yeah, that was exciting to watch.
No, he was, dude. Yeah, he was bringing it out, man. He was like pushing. So I thought that was pretty cool. So he definitely deserved it. Both him and Alonso had really good recovery drives.
Yeah.
After having some bad things happen.
Yeah.
Because I think if Vettel didn't have the bad pit stop, like he could have, potentially gotten a top 5 finish. If not, I mean, probably a very rare potential podium if everything went his way. But I think, he could have gotten more.
It was leading a race at one time.
I know, dude. That was exciting.
Like 2 laps?
2 or 3 laps, yeah. So it's funny. There was a stat in 2012, Hamilton passed Vettel on lap 42. And then won the race, and then Hamilton passed him on lap 41. I don't know why they brought it up, but random stats. But yeah, I would have given my driver of the day vote to Alonso after Vettel, but both are much deserving of it.
Vettel only got 18% of the vote.
Really?
A lot of they only got 18% of the vote from.
Yeah.
Who else? Was it Max?
They didn't show on the broadcast. Assuming Max has got to be up there.
I mean, I get sometimes giving it to the guy in first, but I feel like there's been plenty of races where it's like Lewis or Max, and they won, but there was really never anything exciting with them. But people just voted for them because they're in first.
Alonso may have been up there. Hamilton too.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm looking at it right now.
Magnussen? I feel like that he did pretty good.
Magnussen had a decent drive, yeah.
Started 15th, too. Finished in 8th.
Dude, yeah, we're going so fast.
Leclerc, yeah. Yeah, he cleared a couple of cars, especially in the first lap.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Kept
Right?
showing him like on the broadcast, like how many
Yeah.
spots he had moved up from the beginning.
Yeah, Claire had a good drive. Yeah, there were definitely good drives.
Zhou did pretty good. He started 19th and finished 11th.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Shocking for Alfa Romeo.
Dude, oh my.
I mean, Alfa Romeo has a pretty good lineup, I feel like.
Yeah, but they keep shitting the bed, man. At least Valtteri. But I'm gonna say both Alpha and Valtteri.
Got so much bad luck though. It's not really him.
He has had a lot of bad luck. I think this one was him though. There's no
the
doubt.
majority of his is mainly through the car. I feel like in Texas, his car just gave. I think he just lost the back end, right? If I remember correctly.
In this one, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost it and he spun. So I've got a stat here that was posted by motorsport.com. In the first 9 races of the season, Valtteri scored 51 points. In the last 9 races, Valtteri has only scored 1 point.
Yeah.
Dude, the guy could have had a stellar season if things, kept going uphill. Because at the beginning of the season, we were like, dude, this guy's fighting Lewis Hamilton in a worse car. Like, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
But, that's at the very beginning when everything's high, and then you see everything starts to settle, especially with the cost cap. People really got to focus their money somewhere else.
Yeah.
There's a cost cap?
What?
There's a cost cap?
What?
I thought those were just suggestions, cost caps.
Oh.
Oh, why?
Bro, I was lost. You had me so lost. That was so funny. That was genius. That's a great segue. Gosh. Yeah, dude. So, they're still investigating it. But there have been some huge, rumors and backlash from that. I don't know what you guys think about that, but that's kind of wild, man.
Yeah, I know, it really is, honestly.
I mean, it's understandable. Like, it's just a simple overspending in the budget for catering. Everyone does that.
See, that's the thing. We don't even know if it was catering. Where did that meme come from? Oh, didn't someone leak it?
I think the FI put it out there and said that it was a lot of it was from catering. Like,
they
spent
did?
like $1 million in catering or something.
Bro, that's funny.
I don't know why that would be included in your cost cap thing, though.
I know. Well,
that is technically expense, but yeah, I don't know why that's included.
Yeah, that should be something random.
What do you guys think the punishment should be? That's been a huge talk. Like, what?
That is true. See, the thing is, I know because there's so much controversy around it already. I feel like Red Bull is just gonna pay the fine, and then have it be that.
But that's the thing. I don't know if you can let it just be a fine, because if that's the case, every team's gonna go over.
But it depends on like how much, because they said it's a minor infraction.
I think that wasn't it only like 7.5 million? I say only. I say only, but
it was like $1 million or something.
Yeah, because I think you can't be over 5 million, right? Because after that,
sure. I'm not
5%.
Sure.
Yeah, whatever 5% is. I forget.
Let me look. I thought it was like
that's their materiality range is 5%.
I thought it was a good bit.
It's like a pretty standard accounting materiality thing. Is anything like 5% over, they'll start to check again and make sure all those numbers. And if it is, then yeah.
So yeah, a minor overspend is as much as 5%, which is 7.25 million of the budget.
Oh, okay.
So they didn't spend that much. I don't know.
I've heard some punishments in the realm of just diminishing some of the amount they can spend on next season.
I saw that. I
mean, that's kind of reasonable.
I think that's actually a good way to go.
Yeah.
Because like they were saying, if you can just pay a fine of whatever, literally every single team will go over.
Yeah, exactly.
If that's the only, so it's like
Yeah.
as much as, and then you get the whole talk of, oh, did this cause a better performance in the car during Abu Dhabi, and could it have gone the other way? Or Toto was just he was stoked when he heard that Red Bull went over the budget, and he was giving his opinion. Oh, I see it right here. It says Red Bull believed to spend about overspent about 1.8 million.
1.8.
Wow.
That's still a good amount.
Yeah, that is. That's a lot of food.
I mean, you also, but didn't Toto also come out and say things about the Red Bull finances before the FIA even like publicly announced it?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure he
he made a
did.
Oh wait, I don't know
Yeah,
if
he
that
like
was.
made, he started making comments about it,
I
and it was
remember
like,
that. Yeah, I remember that.
You did?
Toto.
Yeah, and then Zach Brown came out and said some harsh things, I think, this weekend, and Christian Horner was not happy.
I mean, why would you be?
No, yeah, but he made a statement saying, "I've got Red Bull employees and their kids being bullied over this cost cap thing, saying that they're cheaters." Because Zach Brown described it as cheating.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's but it's a serious thing, and
Yeah, it's got to be enforced.
totally. I don't think a fine is the answer. I think it's got to be something where at the FIA shows like, hey, if you overspend, like you're gonna feel it next year. But that's the thing is, how much do you take? What even is the budget? Is it 200?
Not sure.
Oh yeah, I honestly forgot.
But it's like it's got to be enough where obviously it makes a difference. I mean, obviously they overspent, so it's like it definitely would make a difference taking money out, but it doesn't matter because it all got paused this weekend because the Red Bull owner passed away
Yeah.
Yep.
the day
Passed away on, was it?
Saturday.
Was that Saturday? Damn.
Was it Saturday? It might have been Sunday morning or something.
I think it was Saturday.
It was the day before.
Yeah, dude, freaking wild news. Um, so yeah, they mentioned that it would be paused for a little bit because of his death, but Red Bull came back in a good way. They are the constructor champions of the season, so they've sealed the deal. They're coming back. Their last win was, I think, in like 2013 or something.
I was with Vettel.
Yep. Do you guys think Red Bull will go on and have a dominance era like Mercedes?
No, I think next season will be way tighter with Mercedes and
Way
Red Bull.
tighter.
I mean, you're already seeing Red Bull make their way back up to like podium spots, and
You
not
mean
gonna stay down for
Mercedes?
long. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Got
Mercedes.
it. Okay. You had me twitching here. Yeah, no, totally. I mean, obviously you saw this weekend Lewis had great pace, and man, it got my heart beating. I thought we may we're gonna have a really good battle to the end. We did. We definitely did. But
Probably like what, like a 3-lap battle, and then it was over.
yes, they just the Red Bull it's so there's so much quicker on the straight, and then Lewis's
Yeah.
tires were going too. I mean, the gap was, I think, like 4.5 seconds at the very end.
Oh,
So there was no chance at the
yeah.
end. Max would have passed regardless.
Oh. I think Hamilton let up a bit at the end.
What'd you say?
I think Hamilton let up a bit at the end. Like once he was past like a couple seconds, and he was like, "All right," like I don't know. I mean,
I
I
don't
know it's
think
probably not in the
so.
nature. Like 4 seconds is a lot. I
It
don't know.
is, but you've got to take, because he didn't let up until like the last 3 laps, and I don't know. I forget the exact tire situation, but I think he was on older
He was
tires,
2 lap older.
and they were hard. I don't. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure with that situation, but
Yeah.
like he at least in any other moment during the season, he stuck closer to Max than I think he ever had before in this season. I was kind of actually surprised how long he stuck by Max, because most
Yeah.
other cars that Max has passed, Max is already like gone. He's like already out of the range. So I was kind of surprised that Lewis was actually sticking by him for a little bit, and I don't think he let off. I think at the end of the day, like the Red Bull are like they are factually faster than Mercedes in a straight line. And I mean, then again, I don't know the whole percentage of it, but it seemed like Lewis's tires were degrading more than Max's were. So, no, I mean, I don't think he let up, and I don't think he would. But it definitely shows that they're getting close. They're getting real close, and they only have a few races left.
And off season, and they'll be right there.
No, and I go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Kevin.
Oh, I mean, it'll be interesting because isn't Mercedes supposed to change their concept?
Oh, they are?
I think they're talking about bringing in bigger side pods.
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting. That'll be interesting. No, I didn't hear
It'll
about
definitely
that.
be interesting.
Because like Lewis has stated, he's like, if they build the car that I need, like, I'll bring it home for them. It seems like he's really got a lot of hunger. So,
Yeah, I mean, especially you can see how many times he's trying to call out Max.
Oh, dude, that made me laugh so hard.
Like, and maybe 9.
Uh-oh. Frozen. What'd you say, Jared? You froze.
Wi-Fi. Like, Max went off on 12,
Dude,
and maybe 9 too.
that was so fun. I mean, in a way, like, I get it. He's, probably, I don't know, because he said the win doesn't matter to keep the record. But obviously, you're racing, you're trying to win. But he was pulling out all of his stops. Dude, he must have said it 3 times. The first time, I was like, okay, like, I get it. And then he came back on the radio again. I was like, oh, what does he have to say? It's like, turn 9, Bono, come on, check. And I was like, okay. I was like, I get it. They're watching, okay. Yeah, that was kind of funny, man. I feel like that's like classic Lewis, though. I feel like that's Lewis to a T, man.
Yeah.
So that was kind of funny. No, but it was a good battle. I mean, Max had a great race considering he had, I think, a 12-second pit stop, and he got set back. Like he got set back crazy. They made him work for it. If not, dude, he would have been flying. He would have won that race.
Would have ran away with it.
Yeah, he would have won that race with ease. Yeah, and then during the pit stop, Leclerc passed him in the pits. That was, and he was not happy about that. Not happy about that at all. I thought Daniel Ricciardo had a great race. Didn't you guys?
Where did he place?
Did he?
No, he had a terrible race.
Okay, I was about to say.
Like,
he had.
Did I miss something?
Dude, man, my heart just. I'm getting hurt out here from what he's doing. No, he finished, I want to say, second to last. Behind. I've got it.
He started in 16th and ended in 16th.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, 16th, and we had 3 DNFs. So that is just... and Nicholas Latifi's after him. So it just really makes a ton of sense. No, but let's see. What did he say? Yeah, man, he had a comment after the race on his whole season. He said, when you think it can't get worse, it does. That's where I don't know how I'm continuing to continue, because painful is an understatement. Dude, the guy is hurting. The guy is hurting big time. I hope this offseason helps him recuperate and kind of find, I don't know, that drive, that spark, and Another question is, do you guys think he'll even get a drive in 2024?
Isn't he?
I saw a rumor he might be a reserve for Red Bull.
Dude, oh yeah. They talked about that because they were talking about, there were the rumors about it being Mercedes, but then I think, I don't know what happened, but I think Mercedes kind of denied it. So that would be wild. And isn't Checo's contract up in 2024?
He's got one more season.
Yeah, he's got one more season.
So it would be up in 2024.
Yeah, so next year is
it 2024? Yeah.
Right,
so they did a 2-year extension, I thought.
Oh, is it 2 years?
Oh, okay, so he would be driving 20. So it would be 2025 then, right?
Yeah. It bleeds into the next year.
Yeah. I'll look it up. But I mean, how crazy would that have been? Daniel goes back to Red Bull, becomes a F1 champion. Never gonna happen.
Will remain with Red Bull until 2024. So
okay, but maybe they'll buy him out. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I don't think so.
It's like at this point, he's been with Red Bull, Alpine, Renault, and McLaren, and those are, 3 of probably the top 5, at least top 4 teams. It's like, who do you go to next? My whole thing is he's getting older. We just saw this whole season with McLaren. So you got to put a lot of trust in a driver to say, if he doesn't work with our car, then we're going to be stuck with him if we don't have a driver with, adaptability.
Yeah. That's true.
So do you guys, do you think he could have a drive in 2024, and where?
Very slim.
I mean, if he's willing to accept a lower field team, yeah.
But, I think he'd have to.
Yeah, he's got it. I mean, that's if he wants to race.
Totally. I mean, and he said he would not race Indy, and he seemed pretty harsh on that.
He's scared of ovals.
At least the ovals.
Yeah. He's scared of ovals.
So if he did the whole,
he wouldn't do NASCAR.
Thing, no, so he wouldn't do NASCAR. Yet he loves NASCAR. So, dude, is he done? Is he retired? Is Danny Rick over?
No, he'll be back. He
can do the 24-hour Le Mans.
He can go to Formula E.
Yeah, he can do Formula E. He can be like Giovinazzi.
Dude,
does Antonio Giovinazzi bug you?
Bug me?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't like him.
He just bugs me. Like the hair.
The Italian Jesus. Italian Jesus. You've got something against Italian Jesus?
Put it like that.
Come on, man. You're Catholic. Come on, man.
Oh.
No, he's. I don't know.
I mean, when he was in F1, when he got his setup right, he put his work in. He was pretty good.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that wasn't consistent enough.
No, totally.
That's why he got kicked out.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't consistent. Yeah. Guys, freaking Williams announced who their next driver is going to be. We're going to have an American driver on the grid if he gets enough points.
Yep, which he most likely will.
Yeah.
Yep.
Logan Sargent. Do you guys think we're just America's going to explode?
No. I feel like there'll be a little uptick, but no.
Not really.
I don't think anyone in America will support Logan. Hot take.
I doubt it. People are already either Lewis or Max fans.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if people are gonna stoop down to Williams.
Well, it gives the new people something to hold on to. I feel like the newer people that don't understand it.
And he's gotta come in. He's gotta do good if he wants to make an impact. So if that's confirmed, if he gets enough points, the only seat left is Mick Schumacher's.
That is true.
But he's on thin ice.
But who replaces him? I've heard the rumors of Hulkenberg.
Hulkenberg.
Is that what? Dude,
yeah, that's
he comes back in F1. Would you take him? Let's say Danny Rick is willing to drive for Haas. Would you take?
They kind of rivals us too.
Who?
I don't know.
Renault, Rick and Hulkenberg rivals.
Renault, yeah, kind of. I guess.
I think
teammates at one point, but kind of they didn't really they didn't fit well.
No, they had some battles. But would you take, Ricardo or Hulkenberg?
Ooh.
I mean, I like Ricardo more. He's got he's got the fan behind him, he's been in F1 still, like, but again, like you've seen like the past couple of years, he's just gone down.
Dude, I
So
know.
you could view him as like depreciating. He's not. He's like a safe bet, I guess. Like he's not gonna crash the car like Mick.
True. That's a good point. Oh.
I don't know somewhat about him. Like he's definitely like on practicing sessions and all that, but not the fans don't really know. So I don't know. It's shot in the dark.
It's that whole thing. It's like you can't. It's hard to trust a driver when he's kind of publicly stated like it's a different car and I have not been able to get the grips with it.
True.
Because it's like, well, shit. Like, if my car isn't gonna fit his exact needs, am I just gonna get like a half-ass drive out of him, or am I gonna get so like that's hard to work with? That's really hard to work with unless he starts doing like some testing for a team during his 2023 season as a reserve or whatever he's doing. So I don't know. I mean, it'd be good to see Hulkenberg back though. I liked him. I've only I haven't seen him race a whole lot, but
for like a year.
Yeah, I liked him. I liked his mojo. He had some good mojo with him.
Where are you, Kevin?
I'd have to, as much as I like Daniel, I'd have to take the gamble on
Hulkenberg.
Hulkenberg, yeah.
And that's
because he was a fast driver when he was younger, but he kind of got put aside at Renault for
Ocon.
Esteban. Oh yeah, for Ocon.
Ocon.
Yeah,
do you guys?
He's been their driver ever since.
Do you guys think Pierre and Ocon will get along?
No.
Frenchies.
Have you guys heard the rumors?
Yeah, like I've heard the rumors. I don't know. It low key might be just a mess.
I heard a funny rumor, and this could be probably the most fake thing out there, and I think it is, but I'm very gullible.
Like Hollywood tabloid.
So apparently, I think when they were younger in karting, like there's no way this is true. So I don't even know why I'm saying it, but Ocon had a girl, and then Pierre came. He's like, "I'm Pierre," and he stole the girl. And ever since then, Ocon had a vendetta of Gasly.
No way that's real.
I know there's no.
If that is real, then that's
villain character arcs.
I don't know where. I don't know if I heard that on another podcast. So I'm hopeful I'm not like stealing someone's original idea here, but it made me laugh so hard.
But yeah, I don't know if that's true, but I know there's definitely something because I was listening to a different podcast or something on YouTube, and they were talking about how both the families can only go to like a certain amount of races, and they can't go to the same races.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
This is Alpine we're talking about?
Yep.
Aren't they really famous for blundering a lot of their drivers?
Such as?
Everyone ever in the program.
Well, I mean, the case in point with Alonso and I can't.
Who?
Yeah, sure.
What did you say? You cut out.
I was saying like the Alonso situation.
Oh, Piastri. Yeah.
Not good driver communication.
Nah, dude. I'm excited to see how everything's gonna blend next year.
It'll be interesting.
It'll be really interesting because we're gonna have, the new scenario with Alpine. We're gonna see Piastri, and Piastri's got a lot to live up to. Because if he doesn't do good, then McLaren's gonna want answers.
Yeah.
Zach Brown's a hothead, so he's on this shit, dude. He's like, I need you to be good, or else you're out of here. I liked Zach Brown until he kicked Danny Rick out, and now I'm like, I don't know how.
Yeah, I know. Same.
I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I don't know when we see him at Long Beach how I'm gonna feel, Kevin. Like, I'm just like, I don't know, man.
the fact that he like seems all like with Daniel during the week, like the weekend.
Yeah,
and
bro.
As he's like his golden boy, got a tattoo for him, and all this shit. But at the end of the day, he's like stabbing in the back.
Yeah, when you look back at it, it's like kind of wild.
Business is business.
And that's the thing, he was
the racing, but no.
I mean, that's a problem. Is he is like, I know, and I've heard stories on. And he is a racer at heart, but he got brought to the team as a businessman.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are you gonna do?
I don't know. Brings in so many fans to McLaren. There's got to be some business aspect.
Not when you're not scoring points, unfortunately. That's the only problem.
Say what now?
You said not when you're not scoring any points.
Yeah.
I spaced. What is going on?
So, like, when a driver doesn't score any points during a race weekend,
yes,
he was saying it's not worth it to keep that driver if they're bringing in a lot of fans.
Oh. Very interesting. Very interesting. A lot of banter. Guys, did you see the final lap, and did you see the guy waving the flag?
What about him?
Bro, this guy needs some pep in his step. He needs a little bit of energy in him. It's Tim Cook. He's the CEO of Apple, bro. This guy's got money rolling in the bank, and all he can do is hold the flag with his two little hands and go back and forth like he's surrendering, man. I was just like, can you wave it with some dignity? Like a race just finished at your home soil? Yeah. Like, what are we doing here, man? Gosh, so many memes are coming with him. It just bothered me. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, is the race over? Are you just gonna, he's gonna drop it at this point? I don't know. I don't know. I've got a bone to pick with Tim Cook. Got a huge bone.
You have stocks with Apple, is that why?
I have what?
Stocks with Apple, is that why?
Yeah, exactly. They went way down after seeing him out there. That's all I gotta say. That's all I have to say.
Time to buy.
Guys, any other things to talk about during the race? Oh, Lando Norris.
Oh,
we didn't. It really brief, but dude, he had a major a good end of the race. He was picking them off one by one.
I didn't see much of him.
It was like at the very end of the race. I don't know what happened, but he was like P11 or P10 or something. It was like one lap, past one guy. Next lap, past another guy. Next lap, past another guy. And then another lap, he passed like four guys within 4 laps. I don't know what happened, but he was just
something just clicked.
Yeah, dude, kept braking later than everyone. He ended up finishing, I think, P6 after the freaking Alonso stuff. But no, he had a really good race. I don't know what happened, but he just got some mojo at the very end, and he had a pretty good race. But also, I know we talked about this ages ago, but driver of the day, I found it. Sebastian Vettel was 18.4%. Lewis Hamilton was 18%. Alonso 15%. Charles and Max were both 10%.
Wow, that's pretty close.
Yes, it was.
18 to 18.4.
Dude, Vettel back-to-back driver of the days. Let's go.
I mean,
I'm gonna miss him, bro.
He's been having some good races lately, honestly, though.
Yeah. It'll be sad to see him go, for sure.
Oh yeah.
A legend.
Do a little side note. Do you think his character arc is gonna be followed by Max?
Say that again?
Sorry, I should have phrased it a little better. Do you think Vettel's career path, or do you think Max will follow Vettel's career path?
In what way?
Do you think He's gonna have this
moving
one
to
like, have these like these 2 title wins and just kind of have like a lackluster remaining of the career, like bounce around.
Gosh, I mean, I wasn't able. I mean, I can watch now, but I never watched, the Vettel era live. I know, like, when he was younger and winning these championships, apparently he was like kind of like a dick. That's what I've heard. That
Oh,
a lot of people didn't like him. I don't know about being, a dick, but he was just like, he had like this mojo to him. Honestly, kind of like Max. Where
yeah,
he's just
that's a
like he's a
swagger.
boss, like yeah, he's got the swag. Um, so it's like I feel like if you look at them, both of them they're young and whatnot. I think you could see it. Part of me feels like Max is just gonna take off like Lewis, dude. Like at least from what we've seen, he's been so dominant.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I could see him becoming kind of like another Lewis Hamilton, where he wins so many titles and he wins so many races. So I
Yeah,
mean,
like a just battle, both of them.
say this one more time. You cut out.
Like a perfect battle, like that's what you want,
Yeah,
both
yeah,
of them.
totally. Do you guys think Max will stay at Red Bull his entire career?
I
Yes.
hope so. I hope he like dynasty there.
No,
I think
I think he's
so.
pretty loyal. But if Red Bull, and I don't think they ever will, but if they were to fall off, do you think he would give in and go to another team, or do you think he'd stay loyal?
Fall off how
Oh,
bad though? Like, are we talking like mid table or like bottom of the barrel?
Mid table, because
oh,
I don't think they'll go bottom.
Uh, I think he'll make it work for a couple years and then retire.
Yeah, I could see that.
if any, like I don't think he would switch because he's been with the like driver program like since he was a kid. So it would just be hard.
I
Like
mean,
the relationship he has with Horner.
so was Ricardo.
That's true.
Yeah, but like Ricardo, they're number 2 kind of, and Verstappen's been like their golden boy.
I mean,
I
yeah,
mean,
I think if it were to happen, how it happened to Ricardo, I think if when Max gets a little older, and then there's another
Mm,
Max Verstappen that comes in, and
kind
like
of out.
another great driver, and he's the future. He's young. Max is now old. I think because I think if Max, if it's like the focus isn't on him really, I could see him leaving. Because
Yeah.
and Max has proven he's like, I'm a great driver. Like I need, the 100%, focus on getting us that championship. I'm not saying he's a selfish driver, but like, in a way, he's like, he's kind of earned that right too.
yeah.
But I don't know. It'll be interesting. I definitely, he's got a long, long time with Red Bull, and he said last year, he's like, I hope we can keep this going forever and for many years to come. So I don't see him leaving anytime soon. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think so. At least, yeah, definitely not anytime soon.
No, yeah.
Would you say a good over under would be 5 years?
I say over.
Over 5?
I think so.
I'd take the over.
Yeah, I think I'd also have to take the over on that one
Okay,
also.
so maybe we gotta go higher for an over under, but eh.
Over under 8.
Hey,
Oh, it's
I feel
I
like
would
eight's
say
my
7.
number.
7.
I feel like
7, I would
yeah,
say.
I could see around then where the thought could be provoking.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Honestly, I think at that point he'd probably retire.
it really depends on I guess what he wants. But that's the thing. If he's won like let's say he does win like another 4 championships with them. I feel like
Oh, player
they've proven him
fun.
themselves. Like there's really no reason for him to leave, even if there's one season where he doesn't have the greatest car. I don't know.
Who knows? He might try to go after Lewis's records.
Bro, what if Max went to Mercedes?
Oh,
How weird would that
That
be,
would be
bro?
something
That
else.
would trip me
just
out
like
so hard.
what if he like gets ever so close to that like record, joins Mercedes to beat Lewis's record
Oh
in a
my
Mercedes? That
gosh,
would be
bro,
gold.
the
Oh,
banter, so hard. Oh my god, that'd be
something
insane,
else.
dude. That would be a story for sure. That'd be crazy. Anything else, guys, on the US GP? Thoughts out of 10? Thoughts out of 10? We already did this. 4 out of 5. We already did this. Never mind.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts on the race?
Covered everything. It was a good podcast.
All right, let's get
Lengthy
into points.
Oh,
Okay,
let's get
so
this.
obviously we didn't have a Japanese podcast, but so I voted for Checo, Hamilton, Max. I got 0 points. Jared voted for Max, Charles, Hamilton. You got 3 points. And then Kevin voted for Leclerc, Max, Checo. Also got 0 points. So that brought the total to I had 12 points, Jared had 13, and then Kevin had 7. So that brings us to this week, the USGP. I voted for Max, Lewis, and Russell. I got 5 points. Jared voted for Max, Perez, Lewis. You got 3 points. Kevin, you voted for Max, Charles, Perez. Also got 3 points. I put points total to I've got 17. Jared has 16. Kevin has 10.
Oh, double digits finally.
Dude, maybe on the final race we should do like
I get everything right.
Okay. Well,
double
yeah.
down.
Double
like
down.
Jeopardy.
Or you could do like you can give up so many of your points.
Oh, like Jeopardy. That's totally Jeopardy
Yeah,
right
like
there.
if I'll give you 5 points if I get this, I get that. If not, you lose.
You just say how much points you're willing to risk.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We'll have to find that more later. But the next race is the Mexican Grand Prix. Predictions, people.
Predictions.
Yeah.
I gotta look this up.
Sergio Perez does like this track. Max also did good on this track. I think the finishing of last year's was Max, Hamilton, Perez, if I remember correctly.
Yep. Man,
I know Lewis likes this one. The odds again?
Last year. Oh yeah, I want the odds. I like this. Gets me excited.
You want the odds? Or do you want me to give you the odds?
I want the odds. Give me the odds.
Give you the top. I'll give you the top 7. Lucky 7.
Okay.
So we got Max, Lewis, Charles, Sergio, George, Carlos, and Lando.
Man, Sergio's kind of down there in 4th.
I mean, that's kind of where he's been like all season. To be fair,
that's true. But like,
he's very hot and cold right now.
This is home Grand Prix though.
Yeah, but Mercedes proved this weekend that they're not too bad.
Gosh, dude, this one's a tough one. I don't know what to do. Oh! Dude, we missed it. Max Verstappen ties for most wins in a race season.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Sebastian Vettel, Michael Schumacher, bro. We dropped the ball on that. Yeah. So he's tied 13, man, and we've got what? 3 races.
Yep.
I mean, he's taking the cake for sure.
He's gonna win at least one more.
At least. And I think Max will win the Mexican Grand Prix. I'm going Max, Lewis, and then Checo.
Damn, the same word as last year.
Oh, I actually kind of spaced, but yeah, I am. God, dude, there's no way that happens though. I feel like the odds of that happening are whatever. I'm sticking to it. My gut's been pretty good so far, so.
I'm gonna do the same thing, but swap out Hamilton for Carlos.
Alrighty, I could see that. He needs a redemption. Not even a redemption, just good luck. Okay, Kevin's with Max, Carlos, Checo. So what's the decision, Jared?
Dude, if it's kind of like goes back doubles, back to back second place or not.
That's true.
I think Max first. Between Lewis, I like.
Between
I feel like
who?
Charles.
Oh, Charles.
Charles and Lewis. I feel like he's gotta have like redemption, but I don't know how well he did. Has he really done well in the Mexican Grand Prix?
Lewis or Charles?
Yeah.
He got second last
Sorry,
year.
Charles.
Oh, I don't know about Charles.
I don't think he's been great.
Um,
Oh man, I like Checo. I feel like something stupid's gonna happen.
I get you. Something stupid always happens every race.
Like a pit stop or he gets like nudged. If he's gonna get nudged somewhere and it's gonna screw him. Ooh,
Make up your mind, man. Flip a coin.
I'm gonna go Max, Lewis, Carlos.
Okay, alrighty.
Alright, that's not a bad guess, honestly.
Alrighty.
I look-y want to switch mine, but yeah, you know what? I will.
We're locked. We're locked.
I'm
All right.
gonna go.
Now
No,
go.
no, no, no.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna go. I'm gonna regret this later, but I'm gonna do Perez, Max, Sainz.
Oh,
Perez, dude. There's ooh.
think okay. Well, hold on. Think about team orders.
There's no team orders
There's no
when
team
Max
orders.
already won.
I don't think that they're gonna say like, "Hey, let Max get this."
For
Even
what,
once
though?
They
He's already
won.
won.
They and Helmut Marco mentioned the US GP that we're not doing team orders
Yeah.
because they were saying
want him to get legitly.
no. Well, they were saying something with Perez fighting for second place.
Yeah.
And if they would let him through from Max, and they were like, no, like we're not going to. So it would be kind of bullshit if they let Max through. There's literally no reason.
Yeah, there is
Literally no
no
reason. The only reason would be for the
if
freaking
Max is just
record.
that much faster.
Yeah. Here's my thing is Max has been so much faster than Perez. So I think if Perez is gonna win, something's gonna happen to Max. That's my feeling.
Yeah.
Are you locked, Kevin?
Because I honestly didn't want to put Max up there because I felt like something was gonna happen to Max, but I'm gonna lock it.
All right, we're locked and loaded. No more changing. So again, I've got Max, Lewis, Checo. Jared's got Max, Lewis, Carlos. Kevin has Perez, Max, Sainz. All right, we're locked and loaded, man. Locked and loaded. Alrighty, I think that concludes it, man. That concludes the US GP debrief. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Sorry for the small little break. Again, we've all got 3 very different schedules, so we're working around when we can. Thanks for being patient. Go check out the YouTubes, guys. If you want to see our lovely faces, but not Kevin's, go check out the YouTubes. A lot more interactive. We'll make sure Kevin's stays how it is. If we get more views, then we'll know. We'll know how you guys feel.
Yeah, that we can afford more plastic surgery.
Oh, okay. Or maybe just a new camera.
or a new camera. That's true. But go check out the YouTubes, check out the Instagram at the F1 Debrief Podcast. Same for YouTube. Much appreciated for everybody going listening. You can check it out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. So thanks for listening, and we will see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Peace.